Today I'm going to be demonstrating how to measure out a room in order to know the square footage that you need for new flooring. What's going on? Welcome to today's video. My name's Colton and today I'm going to be demonstrating how you can measure out a room in order to determine the square footage that you need for some new flooring. And this applies to laminate, hardwood, tile, carpet, anything that you need to know in order to go to the store and say, hey, I need X amount of square footage, help me buy it. And the tools that you'll need for this project are really simple: measuring tape and a pencil. You'll probably also need a calculator. If you just have your measuring tape and a smartphone, you should be fine. So in short, just make sure you have something to write on. This demonstration, I'll be measuring out a bathroom, and the time that it took me to do that was about 10 minutes. So let's get started. This is the area that I need to measure out in order to find the square footage. Now, before we go any further, I'm going to do a quick math lesson, so bear with me. Finding the value of a square foot is actually really simple. The basic math is length times width. Now, it doesn't matter if you look at a square if the length is on the top or the side and the width is on the top of the side, just as long as the length and the width are perpendicular to each other, as seen on the screen. Now, as you're measuring, something that you're going to have to keep in mind is what is a value that you're measuring in and what is a value that you want to end with. So if I'm measuring in inches and I need square feet, I need to take the amount of inches that I have and divide that by 12 in order to know how many feet that equals. So the method that I find the easiest in order to determine square footage is cut this section up into different squares and rectangles. Then you just measure out lengths and widths and time those together and you're finding square footage all day. So the first easy square that I'll section off is a toilet. Then I create a long rectangle from the vanity to the shower. Then I have a section that's an easy square from that line that I drew from the rectangle to the vanity. So for the toilet, I measure out the length, I measure out the width, take those values, divide those by 12, and then times them together. I do this exact same thing for the rectangle section. For this last semi-perfect square section, you'll see the vanity cuts off a little bit of the square, and that's okay. And now you have this little triangle left. If you have any triangles in the area that you're measuring, try this method. Measure out the length and the width of the area that you need. This would assume that you're having a perfect rectangle or perfect square. Then take that measurement and cut it in half, because you only need half of that rectangle or half of that square, and that square footage should cover it. Now add all of your square footage together, and you're going to add anywhere from 5 to 15%. The reason is you need to calculate for cutting and wasted material. As you're cutting new flooring and making these weird cuts around molding or doorways or anything else, you're going to have to scrap some material, and the added percentage of 5 to 15% will compensate for that. Now, in order to know what value you should add between 5 and 15%, 5 if you're really skilled, and if you are really skilled, you probably shouldn't be watching this video, or 15% if this is your first time or you're a beginner, because you'll probably mess up a couple times, and that's okay. Intermediate, add 10%. So here's a quick little breakout and the final results of the square footage that I have for the specific bathroom. Once you have all these values, go find some flooring and get ready for the next project. Thank you so much for checking out today's video. If you liked what you just watched, go ahead and hit that like button and also subscribe. If you want to see other how-to videos that I've completed in the past, go ahead and click this link right up here. Be sure to keep an eye out for future renovation projects for this specific bathroom. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.